Hello my friends, and welcome to the second part of my recap of Wednesday Season 2. If you haven't watched the first part yet, you can find the link in the description. In the previous part, Wednesday was thrown out of a window by Tyler, who escaped from Willow Hill Hospital. She was nearly killed, but fortunately she survived. Principal Dort blackmailed Bianca into using her siren song on Wednesday's mother and grandmother to force them into making a huge donation for his charity gala. The story kicks off with Wednesday unconscious on a hospital bed. Morticia sits beside her, reading aloud from Macbeth. When Gomez walks in and asks about their daughter, Morticia explains she chose Shakespeare's tale of death and despair to jolt her out of the coma. Gomez urges her to take a break, and as they leave, Wednesday suddenly wakes to find Principal Weems, dressed as a nurse, standing in the room.
What the hell is this?
Wednesday steps outside and ends up in Weems's office, strangely relocated to the woods. Weems clarifies she isn't in hell, but is acting as Wednesday's spirit guide.
That's impossible. A spirit guide must be a relative.
Turns out we're 13th cousins, twice removed.
There has to be another option.
Your last spirit guide literally gave up her ghost to save you.
She explains no one else wanted the role, so she took it on, listing her questionable deeds, including unleashing a homicidal Hyde.
Why don't you restore my ability so we both can go our separate ways?
Weems denies Wednesday's request to restore her powers, reminding her that she abused them.
I'm done being lectured.
When Wednesday walks away, Weems snaps her fingers, jolting her back to reality. Meanwhile, at Willow Hill, interim director Judy Stonehurst briefs the press about the chaos from weeks earlier. She reports that 46 patients escaped, 43 were recaptured with the sheriff's help, and the remaining 3 still at large are Uncle Fester, Tyler, and Slurp. She adds that Willow Hill will be shutting down. Sheriff Santiago then receives a text that Wednesday has regained consciousness. She ends the conference, updates Judy, and insists she'll need Wednesday's statement. Judy brushes it off, claiming Wednesday only made an authorized visit to her uncle, before quickly excusing herself. Deep in the woods, a man disposes of a body before getting a call from Judy. He reports that every patient from the Lois lab has been eliminated, except patient 1938, the pale woman. Judy warns him that she paid good money for this job, and he must finish it at all costs. Back at Jericho General Hospital, Wednesday is preparing to leave when Judy shows up. Wednesday threatens to tell the sheriff about her secret lab, but Judy calmly says the place is already cleaned out and only dusty files remain. She warns Wednesday to stop causing trouble.
Who's patient 1938? Why didn't she get a fake obituary? What makes her so special?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Seems like all your secrets aren't dead and buried.
As Wednesday storms off, a nurse hands her a bouquet of dead flowers with a chilling note. You plus Enid die tonight. Wednesday looks up and spots Tyler in the distance. She chases after him, but he slips away, hiding behind a wall. Wednesday finally returns to her dorm, where Enid happily greets her, expecting she'd be recovering at Rotwood Cottage. Spirit guide Weems lingers in the background.
What are you doing here?
I've come to observe you in your natural habitat.
Visible only to Wednesday.
I live here, remember?
Wednesday urges Enid to pack because Tyler is coming for them. Enid insists she can handle herself, reminding Wednesday she already fought Tyler once.
I'm not scared of Tyler. I already took him down once.
There's not a full moon for another week. You got lucky last time.
What do you mean, lucky?
Tyler had you pinned up against a tree and was going to rip your throat out until Galpin shot him. I read the police statement.
Well, then I guess it was lucky that I showed up and saved your life. Tyler was gonna gut you as well, remember?
Enid?
She's got you there too. Tell her the truth about the premonition.
Stay out of this.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
Tired of being treated like she's weak, Enid snaps that she doesn't need saving and storms off. Later, dressed in her Nevermore uniform, Wednesday heads outside during the Day of the Dead celebrations, her favorite holiday. Weems trails her, imagining her own portrait someday displayed alongside past principals.
Maybe even a small memorial shrine with candles.
Wednesday cuts her short, saying if she can't restore her powers, she's useless to her. Suddenly, Weems glitches when a shirt hits her. Principal Dort is launching them at students as part of the festivities.
Who on earth is that?
Principal Dort.
Dort? Never heard of him. And he certainly wasn't on my list of pre-approved successors. He's a carnival barker masquerading as an educator.
Dort announces that the evening will also feature Nevermore's Outcast Remembrance, a midnight procession to honor the dead at the school cemetery. Afterwards, Wednesday warns him the event is reckless, since Tyler is still on the loose and could attack. Dort refuses to cancel, explaining that donors have been invited and, if Tyler appears, the students will fight back.
In the remote off chance Tyler Galpin breaches our wall, we have a school full of outcasts ready to take him on, especially Professor Capri.
What does does she know about taking on a Hyde?
Well, she has a history with them. You aren't alone in this anymore, Wednesday.
To provoke Weems, Wednesday asks Dort how he plans to honor her memory. He coldly replies that he intends to erase her from Nevermore's history entirely, a remark that leaves Weems fuming.
After everything I've done to burnish this school's reputation.
There's your honest assessment.
Meanwhile, Bianca and Ajax secretly hide Bianca's mother in an abandoned building on campus. Bianca assures her she'll be safe there. Morning Song cult leader Gideon won't find her. Later, Ajax shows Bianca a blog post reporting Gideon was spotted in Boston, dangerously close.
He's getting closer.
Yeah, well, please don't tell my mom.
Bianca confides that her mother was one of Morning Song's first members, forced to use her siren powers for Gideon's benefit. He once treated Bianca as his favorite, grooming her to eventually replace her mother. Ajax reassures her that as long as no one knows where her mother is, she's safe. At Rotwood Cottage, Pugsley is sulking while feeding his carnivorous plants. Gomez asks what's wrong, and Pugsley admits he's worried about Slurp, fearing they'll put him down for good. Gomez reassures him, promising they'll track Slurp together, turning it into a father and son adventure. Elsewhere, Judy's hitman discovers footprints leading into the sewers. Inside, Tyler cowers in the dark, haunted by a vision of his father, Galpin, who mocks him for what he's become. Galpin sneers that his mother would be ashamed and reminds him of the mess he's in for killing his master. Tyler snaps, insisting he doesn't need anyone, screaming at the hallucination to leave him. Just then, the hitman enters quietly. He spots movement in the water and fires, only to hit a floating doll. The real danger comes from behind as Tyler, fully transformed into the Hyde, ambushes and kills him. Later, Slurp stumbles upon the body, devours the hitman's brain, and discovers a photo of patient 1938, staring at it curiously. Back at Nevermore, Miss Capri finds Wednesday in her office. Skipping small talk, Wednesday dives straight into questions about Capri's past with a Hyde ex-lover.
Seems your ex-boyfriend was shot dead after attacking you.
Dare you snoop in my desk?
Wednesday presses her on how she survived, knowing Tyler is coming. At first, Capri hesitates, but when Wednesday turns to leave, she relents. She explains her ex, Alfie, was ordered to kill her by his master, who was also in love with him. Luckily, it was during a full moon, so she managed to resist him, and Alfie ended up killing his own master instead. Capri reveals a key detail. Male Hydes rarely survive without a master, unlike females.
Has a Hyde ever taken on a new master?
Who would be reckless enough to try? I strongly recommend that you don't entertain the idea.
Of course not. That would be insane.
Wednesday!
Later, at Rotwood Cottage, Wednesday pores over Marilyn Thornhill's notebooks, searching for the formula used to control Tyler. Nearby, Weems grumbles about her forgotten legacy, but Morticia interrupts.
Speaking of Thornhill, what are you up to?
None of your business.
Who are you talking to, sweetheart?
No one, Mother.
Confessing she nearly burned the notes. She tells Wednesday she hasn't had a proper conversation with her since the coma, then admits she senses Weems's presence lingering nearby.
I sense another presence here. So strange. It's the same feeling I used to have when Larissa Weems walked into the room.
Is it the clawing need to be liked, combined with the sickly scent of superiority?
Yes. She was lonely Wednesday.
I was not lonely. I had a very robust social life.
It died years before you did.
Wednesday mocks her, prompting Weems to slide the notebook toward Morticia. Morticia skims it and realizes her daughter is trying to brew a potion to control Tyler. She warns Wednesday against such a dangerous idea, but Wednesday coldly tells her to stay out of it and storms off. Out in a field, Enid and her boyfriend Bruno enjoy a picnic. He admits Wednesday might be right, that she can't face Tyler alone.
You're being hunted by an apex predator outside of our lunar cycle. You can't take on Tyler alone.
And suggests going home. Inspired, Enid rushes back to her dorm and tells Thing to send a Nightshades meeting invite. Thing drops one off to Ajax, but he isn't alone. Agnes secretly watches from the shadows. Meanwhile, in the dorm, Wednesday pores over Thornhill's notebook, desperate to learn how she once controlled Tyler. Agnes suddenly appears.
Principal Weems, I need a respite from your incessant interruptions.
Are you feeling okay? I read that comas can have long-lasting effect on brain function.
What are you doing here, Agnes?
Revealing she visited Wednesday daily in the hospital, even braiding her hair. She hands her the Nightshades invite, warning they may be plotting something. Later, the Nightshades gather in their tower, confused about who called the meeting.
Who called this meeting?
I did. Low turnout.
Enid, you were never officially inducted into the Nightshades.
Only because Dort dissolved the society before I could join. You're the one who nominated me, remember?
Well, it still doesn't give you the authority to call a meeting.
Ajax. Easy.
Tyler Galpin wants to kill me. Isn't that reason enough?
How do you know that?
Because you told me so.
I'm guessing your little see-through suck-up told you about this rendezvous. I'm not backing down Wednesday.
Fine.
Wednesday unveils her plan to control Tyler, but says she'll need their help. Soon after, Wednesday is seen brewing a potion to dominate the Hyde. Weems appears, warning her that using Enid as bait is reckless. Wednesday argues it's the only way to trap Tyler. Weems pushes back, claiming her feelings for Tyler could sabotage the plan.
Thornhill unlocked and controlled Tyler because she was methodical and detached. You have feelings for him.
I hate Tyler. End of story.
Hate is a feeling, Miss Addams, along with fear and love. All emotions that you think can be boxed up and stored in your subconscious. But that box is a ticking time bomb. Don't do this.
But Wednesday refuses to listen. Meanwhile, in the sewers, Sheriff Santiago and her deputies discover the hitman's mutilated body. The wounds suggest both Slurp and Tyler were involved, raising fears they're working together. Santiago orders every officer to Nevermore, convinced it's Tyler's next target. Unbeknownst to them, the pale woman overhears the radio chatter.
All available units proceed to Nevermore Academy. Sheriff believes Tyler Galpin may be en route. Use extreme caution. Suspect is highly dangerous.
That night, Gomez and Pugsley search the woods for Slurp. After hours with no luck, Gomez suggests it's time to accept that he's gone. A heartbroken Pugsley agrees, until they stumble upon crowds heading to Pilgrim World for a Los Spooky Noches, Day of the Dead celebration. Pugsley begs to go, and Gomez gives in. At Pilgrim World, Gomez and Pugsley are greeted by the performer Arlene, dressed in gaudy Mexican attire.
I am Senorita Arlene. We are transporting you back to ye old Mexico, my young Nevermore kin. I am Mistress Arlene, a real OC. Original colonist.
The original meeting house. The one shown in that painting. Where is it?
How the hell should I know? I only moved here from Scottsdale in April.
Gomez responds in fluent Spanish, leaving her embarrassed.
Una pregunta, señorita, por favor, si me puede decir dónde puedo encontrar los churros. Adios. Vamos.
Neither notices that Slurp is lurking nearby. Slurp enters a haunted attraction and collides with a man who insults him. Slurp snaps, devouring the man's brain in front of terrified guests. Chaos erupts as Arlene assumes it's staged.
I told the team to really amp up the scares this year.
Until she sees Slurp feasting for real.
Your job is to spook people, not to make them poop their pants.
Sheriff Santiago is alerted and diverts her forces there, leaving Nevermore unprotected. It's the perfect opening for Tyler to slip inside. The commotion draws Gomez and Pugsley, who hear rumors of a zombie attack. Pugsley immediately realizes it's Slurp. He rushes in and confronts him, zapping him with his powers. To Pugsley's shock, Slurp now appears human and speaks.
Pugsley, stop.
You can talk. And you look human. Well, almost.
The brains, they brought me back.
Outside, police swarm the area, demanding they come out.
You've given me a second chance at life. I don't want to waste it. You're my only friend, Pugsley. Let me go, please.
Pugsley gives him his freedom. Slurp sneaks away, locking eyes with Gomez. The two clearly recognize each other. And then, just like that, Slurp vanishes. Pugsley emerges alone.
No one else is in there.
Telling his dad he couldn't find him. At Rotwood Cottage, the pale woman enters Morticia's room, startling her.
Is it really you?
Morticia instantly recognizes her as Francoise and is stunned.
Francoise.
You do realize that Tyler brutally disemboweled 6 people. You know his mother was an outcast. She was a student here. You must remember her. She was a Hyde.
Yes, Francoise. She was a lovely woman. I didn't ask what she identified as.
Well, then give me more time and I can prove to you that they are Hydes.
There is no more time, and there are no more deals Wednesday.
I was on my way to Nevermore when I saw you in the garden.
She thought she was dead.
Gomez and I sent flowers to your funeral.
I was locked away in Willow Hill.
Francoise smiles, picks up a photo of Wednesday, and says she saved her life.
She's your daughter?
Yes.
But now she needs Morticia's help to find her son, who she believes will come to Nevermore that night. Meanwhile, Nevermore students march in silence toward the cemetery for the remembrance procession, unaware Tyler is among them. During Principal Dort's tribute speech, Thing alerts Wednesday and the Nightshades that Tyler is present. To draw him out, Thing tosses something his way, directing his attention to Enid. Tyler immediately gives chase, cornering her in a room, only to be ambushed by the Nightshades armed with fencing swords.
Too bad the moon isn't full tonight.
What's wrong, Tyler?
Yeah, you're looking a little rough.
Is it because you killed your master?
You're a joke. Shut up.
You don't have much.
You're not scary.
Stop!
Is that all you got?
Wednesday sneaks up with the potion syringe, but Tyler knocks her aside before she can strike. He lunges for Enid, but Wednesday distracts him, confessing she still has feelings for him as she edges closer, ready to inject.
Say hello to your new master.
Suddenly, another Hyde bursts in. Nearly striking her, Morticia arrives just in time, addressing the newcomer as Francoise and reminding her of their deal. After a tense pause, Tyler and the other Hyde retreat. Furious, Morticia scolds Wednesday for ignoring her warnings.
I had it under control.
One more word and I'm taking you out of Nevermore.
You just called that thing Francoise?
Yes.
Is that Tyler's mother?
Yes. You freed her from Willow Hill.
What deal did you make with her?
Francoise gave me her word that she would control Tyler and they would leave Jericho forever.
And you believe the words of a Hyde?
I believe the word of a mother.
Back in her dorm, Wednesday buries herself in her novel while Thing fiddles with his ring. At the cottage, Gomez informs Morticia that Pugsley's zombie friend is actually Isaac. Morticia adds her own shocking revelation.
Francoise is alive too.
Elsewhere, Judy returns home to find her apartment lit with candles, only for Slurp to step out of the shadows, asking if she remembers him. In another scene, Francoise tends to Tyler's wounds before embracing him warmly. Meanwhile, Enid practices her dancing until she suddenly notices her hands transforming. Miss Capri rushes in to find Enid's shredded clothes, then looks out the window in shock to see Enid has turned into a werewolf, sprinting into the night despite the absence of a full moon. The next day, Wednesday, Enid and her parents face Sheriff Santiago and Principal Dort in an inquiry about the cemetery attack. Dort scolds Enid and dismisses her, while Wednesday turns the blame on him. She reminds him that she warned Tyler would show up, yet he allowed the procession anyway. She adds that Tyler's mother is alive, hidden at the Lois Lab in Willow Hill, a facility Judy has since erased. Morticia assures them that Tyler and his mother won't return, explaining she made a deal with Francoise. But Santiago threatens to arrest Morticia for aiding and abetting. The Addams family fires back, pointing out that Santiago abandoned Nevermore to protect Pilgrim World, full of normies, leaving the outcasts vulnerable. The argument fizzles without escalation. Afterward, Weems discreetly signals to Wednesday. In private, she scolds her for unleashing not one Hyde but two, and insists it's now her responsibility to protect Enid.
Are the Galpins still in Jericho?
Now I'm adding Bloodhound to my resume.
You're my spirit guide. How about some actual guidance?
I can tell you that your vision hasn't changed. Enid still dies, and you are still responsible.
What do I need to do?
Finally, some positive engagement.
She also urges Wednesday to repair her strained bond with Morticia, warning that it's the key to regaining her psychic powers. Their talk is interrupted by Professor Orloff.
Miss Addams, who are you talking to?
Wednesday asks about Francoise Galpin, and Orloff reveals she was once his student, originally named Francoise Knight, before marrying Donovan Galpin. He also mentions she had a brother, Isaac Knight, a brilliant Da Vinci who built Orloff's life support machine. His mentor was Augustus Stonehurst.
He built Isaac that secret lab in the Eiffel Tower. They were thick as thieves until the night the lab exploded.
What happened to Isaac?
His body was never found. Some say he ran away. Others that he's buried up under the skull tree.
Putting the pieces together, Wednesday suddenly realizes the truth. Isaac is none other than Slurp, Pugsley's zombie friend. Wednesday barges into Pugsley's room with Agnes close behind. She demands answers. What happened to Slurp? Sheepishly, Pugsley admits he let Slurp escape the previous night. Disappointed, Wednesday orders Agnes to dig into Slurp, whose real name is Isaac Knight.
Can your pea-brain remember anything else?
To his credit, Pugsley produces an old image of patient 1938.
She dropped this.
Francoise. Wednesday instantly connects the dots.
He's looking for his sister.
Elsewhere, Tyler awakens to find his mother looking over him.
Your father built this place right after you were born. He wanted someplace close to keep you safe in case well, you know.
Shocked, he insists he attended her funeral, but Francoise explains Augustus Stonehurst faked her death, locking her in a secret lab for experiments. Tyler soon notices he's chained to the bed. Francoise coldly informs him that she is now his master.
You don't trust me?
You unleashed your hide last night. That's something that you just don't recover from overnight. It was just because you didn't have a master.
So you're my master now?
Mm-hmm.
When she coughs blood, she hides it, clearly concealing an illness. She offers him pancakes.
They were always your favorite, right?
I'm not a kid anymore, so stop trying to placate me.
Never raise your voice to me again. No, I'm gonna make you those pancakes, sweetie.
Wow. I've always deeply admired healthy mother-child relationships like that. Meanwhile, Enid wrestles with what happened the night before. Bruno stops by to check on her, brushing off buzzing calls with a vague family issues.
Your mom again? She's been calling a lot recently.
It's family drama back home. Call her later.
You know you can talk to me about that kind of stuff.
Some things words can't fix.
They share a kiss, just as Miss Capri bursts in. After dismissing Bruno, she presses Enid about her transformation. Capri reveals she witnessed her shift into a werewolf on a night without a full moon. Proof she might be an alpha, the rarest, strongest kind of werewolf. Enid panics.
Don't alphas normally end up alone?
But Capri reassures her there are ways to control it. Just then, Capri's phone buzzes with a message from Principal Dort. A strict curfew will be enforced tonight, and violators will be barred from the gala. Capri comforts Enid again before leaving. Later, Wednesday visits Grandma Hester. They practice shooting before Wednesday confesses. She's unleashed not one Hyde, but two, and she's desperate for a way to regain her psychic powers. Hester tells her the tale of Rosaline Rotwood, a legendary Nevermore professor, now buried in the Academy cemetery. A spell carved into Rotwood's tombstone can temporarily restore a raven's gifts. Grateful, Wednesday departs with new resolve. That night, Wednesday prepares to sneak out for the cemetery. Enid discovers her plan and reminds her of the curfew.
Hello, curfew? If you're not back, the entire dorm is going to be barred from going to the gala. You may have dropped out of the orchestra, but I've been rehearsing my dance routine for weeks.
She pleads with her to stop, but Wednesday refuses. Heated words fly. Enid calls her selfish and arrogant for always risking everything, then storms off. Soon after, Thing quickly informs her that Miss Capri is doing dorm checks. Furious but determined, Enid decides to follow Wednesday herself.
I will literally drag Wednesday back by her braids if I have to.
At Rotwood's grave, Wednesday whispers the incantation. The air turns icy cold as the legendary professor appears before her. Wednesday demands her powers back. Rotwood instructs her to place her palm on the candle flame, and her abilities will return temporarily. But if she pulls away too soon, there will be consequences. Wednesday steels herself and obeys. Flames lick her skin, and a vision of Tyler and Francois floods her mind. But before she can hold on, Enid bursts in, grabs her arm, and both collapse unconscious. Morning light brings horror as they realize they've swapped bodies. Wednesday wakes to find herself in Enid's pastel skin, while Enid panics inside Wednesday's dark shell.
I feel so cold and uncomfortable. It's probably your factory setting. And I'm warm and clammy. Werewolves run hot. We're hot-blooded creatures. How the hell did that happen?
You broke the raven's gaze. Now it's playing a dirty trick.
How do we swap back?
You always think you're the smartest person in the room. I'll let you figure that one out.
Wednesday? Who are you talking to? Obviously, it's me. Keep up.
Enid begs Wednesday to reverse it quickly as she can't stand the gloom. Wednesday, disgusted in Enid's colorful body, agrees. She decides she will return to Rotwood's grave for answers. Before parting, Enid warns Wednesday not to ruin her reputation with Bruno, and Wednesday warns her not to ruin hers with her family. Elsewhere, Isaac, fully healed, tracks Francoise to the Galpin home. Hidden in an underground chamber beneath the doghouse, she's sharing a tense meal with Tyler when Isaac enters. At first, she points a gun at him in disbelief, but when she realizes it's truly her brother, her defenses drop. She introduces Tyler to his uncle.
This is your Uncle Isaac.
Suddenly, Francoise coughs blood, finally revealing her curse. Every Hyde transformation ravages their body, cutting their lifespan short. Isaac insists he can save her. Now that Judy is out of the way, he can access the lowest lab machine to cure her.
Dr. Stonehurst stole your diaries, and he's built a version of your machine at Willow Hill, but he perverted it to give our abilities to normies. His daughter, Judy, she's carrying on his research. She's been hunting me.
Well, Judy retired permanently.
You want to go back to Willow Hill? I mean, the place we all just escaped from?
Yes, I do. But first, I need to visit an old friend at Nevermore.
Meanwhile, Wednesday and Enid discuss their plan. Enid struggles to act like Wednesday and keeps forgetting about the body swap.
Enid, over here. Saved you a seat.
Coming, guys! Get coffee. Sit alone. Stay out of trouble. I'll be back soon.
Wednesday, in Enid's body, returns to Rotwood's tomb. This time, the connection fails. Frustrated, she turns to Weems, who gives her only one chilling truth. Those who attempted such a swap in the past died after 24 hours if they didn't reverse it.
Bravo, Miss Addams. It appears you'll be responsible for Enid's premature death after all, as well as your own.
Enid, trapped in Wednesday's body, runs into Agnes, who offers her black coffee.
Way to go, you little psycho. I was just delivering your morning coffee like I always do.
You do?
I haven't been able to locate Isaac Knight's student files yet.
Who's Isaac Knight?
Pugsley's zombie?
Right.
Enid shrugs her off, and Agnes realizes she's acting strange. Enid shocks her further by ordering a colorful drink. Agnes, still clueless she's really Enid, reminds her of her color allergy.
I thought you were allergic to color.
Welcome to Ophelia Hall. Not a hugger.
Got it.
Please excuse Wednesday. She's allergic to color.
What happens to you?
I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones. I just say that to keep up the whole tragic loner goth girl aesthetic.
Mocking Wednesday's supposed color allergy, she downs the drink, only to suffer a violent reaction.
This is insane! Who is actually allergic to color?
Luckily, Morticia arrives just in time, giving her an ointment that clears the reaction. She also hands over a refill of her pills, reminding her of her daily medication. Finally, she insists Enid, in Wednesday's body, attend the family dinner that night, informing her that Principal Dort has granted them permission despite the curfew. Meanwhile, Wednesday, still in Enid's skin, tries to calm her mind with her cello. Miss Capri finds her and is stunned at Enid's hidden talent.
Sounds like you're channeling your inner Wednesday.
You have no idea.
We need to talk about your situation.
My situation?
Denial isn't going to change it. And there are added risks for a potential alpha in their first lunar cycle.
Alpha, right.
Capri warns her to lock herself in the wolf cage at nightfall to prevent another rogue transformation. As she leaves, Wednesday's gaze falls on a portrait, Rosalind Rotwood, standing before the cottage where Principal Dort settled her family. In that moment, she realizes that Morticia now lives in Professor Rotwood's former house. Determined, Wednesday decides to investigate the house for clues.
Mother... Mrs. Addams?
Inside the house, Wednesday discovers a hidden door leading to a secret chamber. Inside the chamber, Wednesday discovers her mother's secret love novels, hidden from the rest of the family. An eerie statue looms in the center. Rotwood's spirit appears, warning that to break the curse, she must uncover the deepest secret of the body she's inhabiting. Morticia suddenly enters and Wednesday asks her about the novels.
Mrs. Addams, these books, did you write all of these?
That's none of your business.
It's just Wednesday's never mentioned it.
Well, there are many parts of my life I don't share with my daughter, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Believing that Wednesday sent Enid to sniff out a way to restore her abilities, Morticia sternly sends her away. Meanwhile, Enid, still trapped in Wednesday's body, panics about the upcoming family dinner. She begs Thing to join her, but he shows her a poster for a support group meeting he plans to attend.
You're going to a support group. Some of your parts. We help make you feel whole again.
Searching for clues, she rifles through Wednesday's belongings and finds her novel. To her shock, Wednesday's descriptions of her are cruel, calling her shallow, silly, and obsessed with appearances.
Despite her Lupin abilities, Evelyn is feeble in both body and mind, requiring Viper's pity and protection. Is this really how Wednesday feels about me?
Hurt and furious, Enid vows revenge. She dresses in bright colors and performs an embarrassing, over-the-top dance in front of everyone. But the colorful clothes trigger Wednesday's allergy, leaving her itching. From a distance, the real Wednesday seethes with rage at the sight. Later, Wednesday, in Enid's body, overhears Bruno speaking Filipino to his actual girlfriend back home. Fluent in the language, she calls him out.
Enid, hey, I was just talking to my mom in the Philippines.
You and your mother are awfully close.
Miss na kita. Miss ko na yung pagpasya natin sa beach. Miss ko na lalo yung matamis na mga labi mo.
Or was that really your girlfriend back home who you failed to mention in an act of time-honored misogynistic deception?
How do you know Tagalog?
I picked it up when I was 8 from Datu, my Filipino fencing instructor. He also taught me how to castrate with a bolo knife.
I was gonna tell you, but it's complicated.
Then let me uncomplicate it. We're done.
Miss Capri interrupts, urging Enid to lock herself in the wolf cage before nightfall to avoid another uncontrolled transformation. Watching from the shadows, Agnes grows more suspicious. That night, Agnes visits Wednesday in her dorm, still clueless that it's really Enid. She's desperate to make sense of her erratic behavior.
When did you get a phone?
It's Enid's. She left it behind.
No electronics in the Lupin cages.
Why would she be in the Lupin cages? There's not a full moon.
Capri stuck her in there. Right after she broke up with Bruno. Dumped that dumb dog like yesterday's kitty litter.
She broke up with Bruno? Why? Tell me right now, you creepy little creeper.
Why do you care about her overheated YA werewolf drama?
Agnes says that Wednesday's erratic behavior is the result of her desperate attempts to keep Enid from dying.
What do you mean, try to keep her from dying?
Your premonition? Of course.
Enid eventually realizes that Wednesday was pushing her away not because she stopped being her best friend, but because she was trying to protect her.
I can't believe she would do this to me.
Which is exactly what best friends do. Agnes tries to put a twisted spin on the situation, saying that if Enid dies, she'll become her best friend.
Maybe it's time to cut her off like a bad finger.
That's when Enid finally snaps.
You don't know anything about me. You're just a sycophantic loser that I use from time to time when it's convenient. But we're not friends. I don't even like you. In fact, I wish you would just stay invisible. Forever!
Agnes, heartbroken and convinced her idol despises her, quietly slips away. Devastated, she decides to attend the support group Thing mentioned. Led by Professor Orloff, the group welcomes her, and she finally admits how invisible she feels, how she thought she'd found friends, only to end up lonelier than ever. The group cheers her up, and welcomes Thing, who joins as a new member without anyone knowing his true origin. Meanwhile, Enid, still stuck in Wednesday's body, endures the Addams family dinner. She's disgusted by their exotic dishes of strange creatures that Wednesday normally relishes. When the children are asked to confess their lies,
You too have been lying to us, and I'll give you one chance to confess.
There's still a punishment, right?
Of course, don't be silly.
Pugsley admits he released Isaac, formerly Slurp. Gomez drags him away for punishment, leaving the women at the table. Morticia studies Enid closely, convinced that her obsession with regaining her abilities has driven her mad. Sensing another presence in the room, she orders Weems to reveal herself.
I sense your presence again. Show yourself. I demand it.
You're still as insufferably bossy as you were at 10th grade.
Larissa.
Who's Larissa?
I am Wednesday's new spirit guide.
If you're her guide, why can't she see you?
Weems explains that Hester urged Wednesday to visit Rotwood's grave, leading to the body swap with Enid. They have only until dawn to reverse it, or both will die.
Enid, is that you in there? Where's Wednesday?
He's locked in the Lupin cages until the morning.
Morticia quickly urges Enid to free Wednesday from the Lupin cage and undo what they've done. Elsewhere, Isaac storms into Professor Orloff's office to reclaim the power source from his old life support system.
You're only alive because of me. My invention has given you 30 years of borrowed time, and now I've come to collect.
He seizes the power device and gruesomely devours the professor's brain. Agnes stumbles in at the wrong moment and witnesses the horror. She shrieks, but manages to vanish before he sees her. Later, Isaac presents the power source to Tyler and Francoise in their car, boasting it will fuel the machine at Willow Hill. Hidden in the trunk, Agnes secretly follows them, curled beside Judy's corpse. Enid, still trapped in Wednesday's body, sneaks to the Lupin cages to free the real Wednesday. Once out, Enid demands to know why she never revealed the vision of her death. Before they can argue further, Agnes calls in a panic. She's trapped in the trunk. She shares her location, and Wednesday immediately deduces they're headed to Willow Hill. The plan: rescue Agnes, stop the Galpins, then fix the body swap. At Willow Hill, Tyler discovers the treatment is designed to strip Francoise of her hide side and make her fully human. He's torn. He wants to save her, but hates the idea.
I can finally keep that promise I made you to free you from this horrible curse.
You think being a Hyde is a curse? It's the most free I've ever felt.
That so-called freedom comes at a price. Every transformation has a human cost, until it finally steals your life.
Suddenly, he notices Agnes and captures her, locking her in a cell just as Wednesday and Enid arrive. Wednesday rushes in to save Agnes just as the procedure on Francoise begins, but Tyler intercepts her, sparking a brutal fight. In the chaos, Wednesday, still in Enid's body, begins transforming into a werewolf. Agnes halts the treatment just as Tyler lunges, but the newly turned werewolf smashes through, overpowering him. The girls urge Wednesday to let Tyler go.
Wednesday? Wednesday, we have to go now!
And all three escape moments before the lab explodes. Isaac and the Galpins barely make it out alive. Outside, Agnes finally pieces everything together, realizing it was Enid, not Wednesday, who lashed out at her. Relieved, she reconciles with Wednesday, happy their friendship is intact.
Thank you for saving my life.
I just asked myself, what would Enid do? I just asked myself, WWWD. What would Wednesday do?
Later, Wednesday and Enid return to Rotwood's grave. To reverse the body swap, they have to unravel each other's innermost secrets. So, they begin sharing everything they've learned about one another.
Fine, I'll go first. You know what I love about being Wednesday? Your fearlessness, except for when it comes to your mom. But I get it. She can be a lot. You're afraid she'll never accept you for who you truly are. That your darkness is even too much for her to grasp. You become the disappointment she'll never want to speak of. Just like your aunt. You can feel it in your bones. That's why you push her away. But maybe she has more to teach you than you think.
The best thing about being Enid is your quiet strength. I know you think that being an alpha will mean you'll be alone again. I won't let that happen. And you need to stop trying so hard for people who don't deserve it. Like Bruno, who mistook your kindness for weakness. It's not. It's your power, which I could barely handle for one night. I regret ever underestimating you.
They successfully undo the body swap, each restored to their rightful form. Wednesday sends Enid back to the dorm while she heads to Weems. There, Weems reveals the worst news yet. The vision of Enid's death has passed, but another fate awaits. She shows Wednesday a grave marked only with the name Addams. One member of her family will die, but who remains a mystery. Flashback to 15 years ago. A young Principal Dort is at a Florida tavern called Tiki Tales. His bartender, Arnold Hunt, is a struggling actor. Dort strikes up a conversation, pointing out Gabrielle, the girl in the mermaid tank, claiming to be her manager.
You were in the Crucible at the Jupiter Dinner Theater. The audience was hanging on your every word, particularly the ladies.
You saw that show. You're the only one who's ever remembered.
Figured a talented guy like you would be knocking him dead out in Hollywood.
I took my shot in L.A. Even landed a recurring on a soap opera. Medical Affairs.
That was my mom's favorite show. God rest her soul. She never missed an episode.
I played Dr. Gideon Sterling.
Recognizing Arnold from a film, Dort flatters him and pitches a vision, a movement where outcasts unite under one cause.
I want to create a place where like-minded people come together to follow a shared vision of enlightenment and growth.
Sounds like a cult.
Nobody likes the C word. I prefer the term movement.
And by community, you mean cult. We are a personal development movement.
Arnold, with his charm and good looks, will be the face of it, while Dort pulls the strings from the shadows.
You remember The Wizard of Oz? I'm like the guy Toto finds behind the curtain, secretly pulling the levers. And I'm self-aware enough to know that this mug isn't going to convince anyone. You will be the great and powerful Oz, the face of our movement, the inspirational leader who touches people's souls and persuades them to part with their hard-earned cash for a chance to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Arnold smiles at the idea and asks what the movement should be called. Dort gives it a name.
How about Morning Song?
Back in the present, Dort reads a newspaper and learns that Gideon is getting closer to Nevermore. He then enters a secret corridor through a hidden door in his fireplace and tracks down Bianca and her mother Gabriel, where they're hiding. He assures Bianca there's no need to panic. He and Gabrielle go way back, and he was the one who founded Morning Song.
It's time to get back to work, ladies.
The next day, Agnes uncovers Isaac's file and gives it to Wednesday. From it, Wednesday learns that her father was once Isaac's roommate. Wednesday reveals to her friends that Enid's death has been averted.
You're no longer the one who dies.
Really? Yes. Wait, who dies?
And Addams.
She confronts her parents after discovering Gomez was Isaac's roommate at Nevermore.
He was more than that. He was my closest friend.
They admit Isaac was obsessed with science and wanted to extract his sister's powers. Gomez confesses he didn't realize Isaac was Pugsley's zombie until spotting him at Pilgrim World. Wednesday explains he's no longer a zombie but a fully formed man, now allied with Francoise and Tyler, making him even more dangerous. Later, in private, she asks Morticia about her writing career.
How long have you been writing, Barbara Jane?
Since I was your age. But I made the mistake of giving my mother one of my early efforts. The sound of her humiliating cackle still haunts me. After that, I decided to keep my literary career a secret. Your father has no inkling, and that's the way I'd like to keep it.
My lips are sealed for my own protection.
Wednesday tells Morticia that her prophecy has changed and suggests, quote-unquote, a brilliant idea.
My premonition has changed, Mother. Enid no longer dies. One of us does. And Addams. I'd like to sacrifice Pugsley.
Meanwhile, Santiago investigates Professor Orloff's fate. Dort urges her to keep the incident quiet so the gala won't be disrupted. She reluctantly agrees, but takes over school security with her deputies. Meanwhile, Francois, Tyler, and Isaac regroup at their hideout. When Francoise begins coughing, they realize her treatment has run out and head for the nearest vet shop. Elsewhere, Wednesday searches the Galpin's old home for clues, sending Thing to scout. Weems appears, reminiscing about her old friendship with Francoise. Soon, Thing signals her about an underground hideout. Armed with only a taser, Wednesday ventures inside and finds the place empty. She discovers an abandoned pill bottle and Francoise's bloodied handkerchief. Putting the pieces together, she realizes Francoise is running out of time, fueling Isaac's desperation to save her. She spots a corpse moth and takes it back to Nevermore. At school, Wednesday shows Eugene the moth. He explains they feed on corpses and recalls pulling two off Isaac back when he was still a zombie.
Tweezed these from Sloat when they were larvae. Check out this larva. New England corpse moth. Super rare.
Only ever found
in corpses.
Now they're about to end their migratory phase.
What's that?
When they return to the host body to lay their eggs.
What if the body's on the run?
I bet they can still find it. Insect GPS beats Google Maps every day of the week.
Since the moths must return to their host to lay eggs, they release them to track Isaac. Bruno apologizes to Enid, saying he broke up with his Filipino girlfriend. Enid, however, admits she no longer trusts him. Suddenly, Miss Capri summons her. In her office, Capri scolds her for leaving the Lupin cage, then delivers a chilling revelation.
If a young alpha transforms under a full moon, there's a very real chance you could remain in your werewolf form.
How long? Wait, you mean, like, forever?
I'm afraid it's worse. Alphas who permanently transform, they're hunted and killed by other werewolves. It's a form of self-policing. If you follow the precautions, you should be fine.
With the full moon only 2 days away, Capri insists Enid must lock herself in the cages. Elsewhere, Ajax shows Bianca a blog post about Gideon and asks why her mother is missing from her hideout. Bianca lies, claiming Gabrielle left out of fear. Ajax senses something is wrong, and from a distance, Principal Dort observes their conversation before summoning Bianca to his office. Back in her room, Wednesday finds her grandmother, Hester, waiting. Hester reveals that Dort is desperate for her donation, but she intends to reject him to savor his despair. Wednesday loves the idea.
You want to see the whites of his eyes when you reject him.
There are few greater thrills in witnessing the exact moment when a man's spirit is broken. Time to put Dort out of his misery, if he hasn't drowned in his flop sweat already.
As Hester leaves, she invites Wednesday to visit and start learning the family business. At Dort's office, he unveils a model for a new Nevermore building dedicated to Hester, an institute for mortuary sciences named after her. Hester admits she likes the idea, but still refuses to donate. Dort has a backup plan. He manipulates Bianca into using her siren powers to enchant Hester into handing over her entire fortune.
You will leave your entire fortune to Nevermore. That is your legacy. You will present this decision to your family and the world without raising suspicion. You will attend the gala as the guest of honor. And once I snap my fingers, you won't remember I was ever here.
Meanwhile, gala preparations are underway. Morticia observes from a balcony until Weems joins her, warning that Hester is exploiting her rift with Wednesday to pull her granddaughter closer.
You have failed to be forthcoming with Wednesday about your true relationship with Francoise and Isaac.
She urges Morticia to reveal the truth about Francoise and Isaac before tragedy strikes. Later, Wednesday visits Enid in the Lupin cage.
What's wrong, Enid?
Enid tells her what Miss Capri revealed about alpha werewolves permanently transforming under the full moon.
The full moon is in 2 days. How are you supposed to prevent that from happening?
By staying calm. Capri said I didn't have to face this alpha business on my own, that my strength is in my pack. But the truth is, you are my pack, Wednesday. If I wolfed out and couldn't, change back, would you come and find me?
I have no problem hunting you down.
Ajax interrupts, updating them about Bianca and his suspicion that Dort is involved.
Dort thinks we're in the dark. I do my best work in the dark.
Meanwhile, Tyler and Isaac sneak Francoise into a vet shop after knocking out the owner. Isaac devours the owner's brain, then reveals he needs to perform a transfusion from Tyler to his mother to keep her alive. The next day, the Addams family is stunned when Hester announces that she's going to donate her entire fortune to Dort and Nevermore.
You said the only charity in life was a quick, painless death.
Since my own family has little interest in the empire I've built one grave at a time, I've decided all my spoils should be used to educate future generations of outcasts.
Can you believe this woman's generosity?
No, I can't.
But I'm still gonna inherit your vintage car collection, right?
Not even a rusty hubcap, my darling.
Hester gloats about barring outcasts without abilities from Nevermore, people like Gomez, whom she calls inadequate.
Being an outcast is a state of mind.
No, dearie, that's a platitude losers say to make them feel like winners.
Wednesday quickly realizes Dort must have forced Bianca to enchant Hester. She confronts Bianca while she's practicing fencing. They duel.
Dort is blackmailing you and your mother, isn't he? That's why you siren-song my grandmother.
And after defeating her, Wednesday pressures her into confessing. Bianca admits that Dort manipulated her into enchanting Hester.
You should have come to me.
Even Wednesday Addams can't save me from this.
But then sirens Wednesday into forgetting. Luckily, Agnes overhears everything and retells the truth to Wednesday.
What'd you say?
Exactly what you predicted. Bianca confessed she's being blackmailed by Dort and some guy named Gideon.
Then she siren-song me into forgetting.
We really do make a great team.
When Wednesday demands she show herself, Agnes appears wearing Wednesday's clothes, looking exactly like like her. She admits she only wanted to impress Wednesday, but Wednesday coldly rejects her. Meanwhile, at the vet shop, Isaac and Francoise talk privately as Tyler wakes up weak from the transfusion. Isaac tells him their next move: make the Addams family pay for their sins. That night, Dort summons Bianca to his office, where she finds Gideon, her stepfather, once known as Arnold Hunt. Gideon wants out of the cult and demands his share. Dort assures him they'll run away after securing Hester's fortune. Gideon panics and demands to leave with his share.
It's my name and picture all over the news.
I told you to stay put, but you decided to run. I think I know why they wrote you off that soap opera. You go off script. Let's face it, your improvisational skills are not the greatest.
I didn't see you complaining when I was out there selling my soul, peddling your new age morning song BS for the last 15 years, making you rich. If you give me up to the feds, I'm taking you down with me. I just want my money, Barry, and then I'm out forever. I'm done with all you freaks.
If it wasn't for me, Arnold, you'd still be mixing lousy Mai Tais at Tiki Tales.
I've given you my soul. Give me my money.
After hearing all his threats, Dort burns him alive in front of Bianca. Finally, the gala begins in grand style. The Addams family arrives in extravagant masks and gowns. As Miss Capri's orchestra plays, Dort enters dramatically with Hester, crowned queen of the ball. Wednesday walks into the gala and notices Weems in an elegant dress before going straight to Bianca, demanding her mother's location.
Where's Dort hiding your mother?
How did you...
If you want Dort to stop, you need to trust me. Where is she?
In his apartment.
Meanwhile, Enid reunites with Bruno, but their moment is cut short when his Filipino girlfriend, Sophia, suddenly appears.
The second you told her it was over.
Realizing Bruno ended things poorly, Enid steps aside gracefully, telling Sophia she won't compete for him, then walks away. In a quiet classroom, Enid sits alone until she hears someone crying. Agnes reveals herself, admitting Wednesday hurt her feelings. She confesses she only wanted to impress her by pretending to be her. This time, Enid is kinder. She reassures Agnes that she doesn't need to copy anyone, that her true self is far more special. Agnes smiles, finally deciding to embrace her own nature. Enid then admits she has no one to perform her dance routine with. Agnes volunteers.
I'll dance with you.
You don't even know my choreography. Unless you've been stalking my rehearsals.
Meanwhile, the Addams family enjoys a private feast. Hester complains the gala is boring, but Dort promises the night will liven up with a student dance performance and her big speech before the final donation. At the same time, Ajax sneaks into Dort's office, finds a key, and frees Bianca's mother. Outside, Pugsley slips away from the gala and asks Eugene if the corpse moths have tracked Isaac. Eugene shakes his head, unaware Isaac is already watching them from the shadows.
Why aren't you inside with your family? Doubt they've even noticed I'm gone.
Elsewhere, Wednesday approaches Enid as she prepares to perform and tells her she needs both her and Agnes's help. She even compliments Agnes for finally looking unique.
Finally, some originality.
I don't care what you think about me anymore.
Good.
What's the plan?
Soon, Enid and Agnes take the stage together. Their synchronized dance captivates the audience. Agnes even uses her invisibility power as part of the choreography, drawing gasps of awe. Mid-performance, she slips away, steals Dort's Corinthian coral shards, the talisman that shields him from siren songs, and secretly hands them to Wednesday before rejoining the dance. When the routine ends, Bianca steps up as gala coordinator and invites Morticia and Dort to the stage. From a distance, Wednesday signals that she now holds the shards. With Dort exposed, Bianca sirens him into confessing.
Tell everyone exactly how this gala came together.
In front of everyone, he admits he manipulated her into enchanting Morticia, then forced her to siren Hester into donating her fortune.
And when that didn't work, I held Bianca's mother hostage.
He even confesses to murdering Gideon.
Also, I promised my morning song stooge Gideon that I would split the money, but I'm not big into sharing, so now he's a pile of ash in my fireplace and I'm keeping all the cash.
Realizing what he's done, Dort seizes Bianca and threatens to burn her alive if anyone intervenes. But Ajax acts fast. He rips off his beanie and turns the principal to stone. A massive chandelier crashes down, shattering Dort into pieces. Hester is delighted at the sight, while Wednesday can't hide her satisfaction. Bianca thanks both Wednesday and Ajax for saving her. Afterwards, Hester invites Wednesday to spend the summer with her. Wednesday refuses, reminding her that what she said about Gomez was vile.
After the vile comment you made about my father, I'm canceling my plans. I've lost my ability. Does that make me less of an outcast in your eyes?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're just going through a phase.
My father has many infuriating habits, but when it comes to being an outcast, there's none finer. If you would like me to reconsider, you must make a very sizable donation to Nevermore in his honor.
Are you resorting to emotional blackmail?
There's nothing emotional about it. It's just blackmail.
Hester accepts, even commending Morticia for the gala. Just then, Eugene rushes in with urgent news. Isaac is at the Nevermore graveyard. The family realizes Pugsley is missing. Wednesday sprints off to find him. At the graveyard, Isaac confronts Pugsley. He covers Pugsley's mouth with a chloroform-soaked rag, knocking him unconscious before carrying him away. The sheriff's department scours the woods with sniffing dogs, but Pugsley is nowhere to be found. Santiago delivers the grim news to Gomez and Morticia, asking if they have enemies who might target their family. They brush her off, but she makes a harsher announcement. Nevermore will be shut down, and all students sent home the next day. Wednesday, lurking in the shadows, quietly absorbs every word. At Rotwood Cottage, Wednesday meets with Morticia and Weems. Weems insists the only way to find Pugsley is for them to combine their psychic powers with Hester's. Moments later, Hester arrives, blunt as always, mocking the idea that anyone would even bother kidnapping Pugsley, claiming she's seen corpses with more value. Reluctantly, they gather around a table and begin the ritual. Morticia chants an incantation, and Wednesday is thrust into a vision. In it, she sees a young Morticia and Gomez burying Isaac beneath the skull tree. When the vision ends, she demands answers. After hesitation, Morticia reveals the truth. Years ago, Isaac built a machine meant to save Francoise, but it required an immense power source. He convinced Gomez, who had electrokinesis at the time, to help, secretly planning to drain him to death. Unknown to Gomez, Isaac had even dug his grave in preparation. Morticia arrived just in time to interrupt, triggering an explosion that killed Isaac and stripped Gomez of his powers. They buried Isaac in the grave meant for Gomez.
Why cover it up?
Because Augusta Stonehurst threatened us. We knew he built Isaac the lab in secret. If we breathed a word, he would have turned us in for murder.
From this, Wednesday deduces Isaac's plan. He wants to rebuild the machine to save Francoise, and Pugsley will be the new power source. Ignoring her mother's pleas to stay back, Wednesday resolves to rescue him herself. At Donovan Galpin's secret cabin, the bullpen, Pugsley is bound and helpless.
It's not very fun to be tied up and treated like a pet.
Isaac taunts him cruelly, mirroring the treatment he once endured as Slurp. Francoise presses Isaac to follow through with their plan, and he promises her he will. Just then, Tyler enters, announcing he has laid a false trail to throw off anyone tracking Pugsley, exactly as Isaac instructed. Meanwhile, at Nevermore, Enid watches Bruno drive away with his Filipino girlfriend. Ajax approaches, admitting he's grown and hopes they can at least stay friends. She accepts, rekindling their friendship. Soon after, Agnes arrives with a list of potential boyfriends for Enid.
I put together a list of potential boyfriends. I already cross-referenced them based on compatible social media profiles. Once you've narrowed it down, I can pay each one an invisible visit, see what they've left out of their bios.
But Enid laughs it off, saying she wants a break from romance for now. Later, Agnes says her goodbyes as her father arrives to pick her up. Enid pulls Wednesday aside, explaining that she won't be able to help. Because of the full moon, she'll be locked inside the Lupin cage. Wednesday promises to come herself the next day to set her free.
Promise?
Later, Wednesday asks Eugene if his corpse moths can track Isaac.
Unfortunately, they're permanently grounded. Corpse moths only have a 36-hour life cycle.
That evening, while tending his bees, Eugene is suddenly ambushed by Isaac. Back at Nevermore, Santiago reports to Wednesday that Pugsley's costume has been spotted in a nearby town. Wednesday warns her it's a trap, but Santiago insists she only follows evidence and leaves anyway. Moments later, Eugene bursts in, out of breath, carrying a box Isaac forced him to deliver. Inside, Wednesday finds a snow globe engraved with one word, midnight. That night, Wednesday heads deep into the woods to confront Isaac. She positions Thing with a crossbow, instructing him to fire when he has a clear shot. Isaac soon appears, dragging a restrained Pugsley. As he taunts Wednesday, Thing fires, but Isaac blocks it with his fake hand. Tyler sneaks up behind Thing, traps him in a box, and hands it to Isaac. Isaac removes his prosthetic, revealing that Thing is actually his severed hand, cut off years ago by Morticia during the lab incident. The energy surge had given it life, and it had since become part of the Addams family.
Imagine my surprise when I saw my right hand wandering the halls of Willow Hill without me. And a Da Vinci is nothing without his right hand.
Cute.
With grim satisfaction, Isaac stitches Thing back onto his body. With his strength restored, Isaac uses telekinesis to hurl Wednesday into a grave and bury her alive. He and Tyler leave for the clock tower, while Francoise embraces Isaac, thrilled to see him whole again. Watching from the shadows, Agnes rushes to Enid and relays what happened.
Agnes? I thought you left.
I couldn't abandon Wednesday, so I ditched my dad when he stop for gas. Isaac buried Wednesday under the skull tree.
The two girls race to the grave and dig frantically, but it's too slow.
I hear a heartbeat, but it's weak.
Realizing they won't make it in time, Enid makes a terrible choice.
You won't be able to turn back. You're an alpha.
I can't let her die.
She transforms into a werewolf under the full moon, condemning herself to remain one forever. With her new strength, she tears through the dirt and pulls Wednesday out. Wednesday opens her eyes as if nothing happened.
I enjoyed that.
But when she sees Enid in her permanent werewolf form, she's shaken.
It was the only way to save you.
Heartbroken, Enid runs into the night while Wednesday orders Agnes to track her. At that moment, Gomez, Morticia, and Weems arrive. Weems urges them to move quickly if they hope to save Pugsley in time. Meanwhile, at the clock tower lab, Isaac powers up the machines and prepares the treatment. As the Addams family makes their way there, Wednesday demands to know why her parents hid Thing's true origin. Gomez and Morticia admit they didn't want to burden him with that knowledge. Morticia and Wednesday urge Gomez to stay back and call the sheriff while they press forward. Inside, Isaac orders Tyler to strap Pugsley to the chair as the power source. Francoise urges Isaac to honor his promise to her. Suddenly, Isaac restrains Tyler on the treatment table. Shocked, Tyler protests, but Francoise insists it's for his own good.
We're here to save you. It's too late for me, sweetie. This is your time now. We can save you from this life. Give you a fresh start.
No, you have no right to take my power from me.
The procedure begins. Pugsley screams in agony as energy surges through him. Unnoticed, Wednesday creeps toward Tyler. He begs her to kill him, but instead, she frees him, claiming she missed.
I missed.
She then releases Pugsley. Enraged, Tyler transforms into the hide. Before Isaac can react, Tyler hurls him across the room, knocking him out. Francoise rushes to her brother's side, but Tyler advances. She pleads with him, but he grabs her and hurls her into the wall. She transforms, and mother and son clash in a violent, destructive battle that spills onto the rooftops of Nevermore. Isaac wakes to chaos, his lab sparking wildly. Gomez rushes in to protect his family, while Wednesday prepares to sever Isaac's hand and free Thing. But before she can, a massive explosion tears through the lab. The blast leaves Francoise dangling over the edge. Tyler reaches for her, but she refuses rescue, letting go and plummeting to her death. Tyler's anguished roar shakes the night as the sheriff's department arrives. Inside the tower, the Addams family slowly wakes. Morticia lies pinned under machinery, and for a moment they fear the worst, until her eyes open. She tells Wednesday her premonition didn't come true after all. But before they can breathe, Isaac emerges, seizing Wednesday with his telekinesis and strangling her in rage. The Addams family pleads with him to stop, but he won't listen. In desperation, they call out to Thing, begging him to return.
Come back to us, Thing. We love you. We're your family.
This was never part of your family. It's a part of me.
Wednesday hurls an axe at Isaac, but misses. Suddenly, Isaac falters. His right hand no longer obeys. Thing turns on him, attacking savagely. In a brutal finale, Thing drives into Isaac's chest and rips out his metal heart, killing him instantly. Free at last, Thing severs the threads binding him to Isaac and crawls back to his true family. The next day, Wednesday asks Thing how it feels to know he was once part of an evil genius. She reminds him that, while he can't change the past, he can choose his future. Thing tosses his ring, the last link to Isaac. Just then, Agnes bursts in with a blurry image of Enid, spotted heading north near the Canadian border. Elsewhere, Eugene bids farewell to Pugsley, gifting him a box of bugs as a snack and inviting him to visit during his next vacation. Pugsley happily agrees. Meanwhile, at the cemetery, Tyler mourns his parents. Miss Capri approaches, offering him an alternative to living as a rogue Hyde. She reveals a hidden network of Hydes who live together as a pack, free from masters and control. When Tyler asks why a werewolf would help him, Capri reveals her father was a Hyde too. Back at Nevermore, Morticia presents Wednesday with a journal of her sister, Aunt Ophelia, warning that secrecy can be deadly. Wednesday accepts with rare gratitude. Soon after, Weems appears to tell her that by repairing her bond with her family, she has taken the first step to regaining her psychic gift. She thanks the Addamses for keeping her spirit alive, then departs back to the afterlife. To her parents' shock, Wednesday declares she won't be going home. Moments later, Uncle Fester roars in on a motorbike with a sidecar. Wednesday climbs aboard, and together they head north to find Enid. On the ride, she flips through Aunt Ophelia's journal. Her powers suddenly return, plunging her into a vision where she sees Aunt Ophelia herself, her mystery still unresolved. But then, a final twist emerges. Hester enters a hidden chamber, unlocking a door where a woman waits in the shadows. Hester addresses her as Ophelia. On the wall, scrawled in chilling letters, are the words, "Wednesday must die." If you want to see Season 3, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts about the next season in the comments. I genuinely love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like.